As the summer sun shone brightly, a group of friends gathered for a beach day near a remote stretch of sand. Upon arrival, they spotted an unusual mound of black rocks near the water's edge. Curiosity drove them closer, compelling them to investigate the strange accumulation that seemed out of place against the golden sand. Their initial amusement turned to horror as they realized these were not rocks at all, but something far more grim. "Yo, check that out!" Eamon said as he pointed at the black rocks near the water's edge. He began to walk toward it, but his friend Anna tried to stop him. But Eamon didn't hear her, or at least he pretended not to hear her and got a little too close. His shuddering scream echoed across the beach, catching the attention of almost all the beach-goers. Anna gasped and covered her mouth with her hand as she ran to her friend, who lay on the ground in agony. "My legs! My legs!" he yelled as he grabbed his foot with his hand, thinking he felt his warm blood running through his fingers, but it wasn't his blood. Suddenly, he pulled his hands back in pain, yelling for someone to help. "It stings!" he yelled as he looked at his hands covered in some sort of black slime. But what were those strange rocks? What happened to Amon? And will he get better? But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. "Don't just stand there, call an ambulance!" Anna yelled at her friends who were standing at their towels frozen in place. They quickly searched for their phones and dialed 911 at the same time. Anna stayed by Amon's side, who had passed out from the pain. She looked at the black substance on his hands and feet and noticed his skin was turning red. Fearing the black substance was still irritating his skin, she knew she had to get the stuff off. She quickly rushed to get her towel and began to wipe the black substance off, revealing Eamon's red, swollen skin that looked horrendous and almost made Anna throw up. Amon slowly began to wake up, but he soon began to grunt in pain again. Suddenly, someone in the distance began to yell in pain as well. Someone else had gotten curious and touched the black rocks. It was an older woman who immediately ran to the water to rinse off her hand. It seemed like the woman felt a bit better after rinsing off her hand, so Anna went to grab a bottle of water from her bag. She couldn't carry Eamon to the sea, so this was the next best thing. However, when she poured the water over his hands and feet, he began to scream in pain again, and it seemed like it only made matters worse. Anna didn't know what to do anymore, and Eamon could see it on her face. He tried to get up so he could walk back to his blanket, but the muscles in his feet began to cramp, and before he knew it, he fell backward into the rocks. Anna tried to grab his hand, but it was too late, and Amon's back was now fully covered in the stinging black slime. Anna tried to get out of his way, but she was too slow, and Amon pushed her aside, leaving behind the black slime from his hand on her shoulder. She could feel the stinging sensation spread through her entire shoulder, and it felt like her skin was on fire. Her eyes began to well up with tears as she yelled out in pain. It was like a scene from a horror movie. More and more people began to yell and scream in pain, having touched the black rocks, and no one knew why. The ambulance finally arrived, lights flashing and sirens blaring. Paramedics jumped out, rushing to assess the situation. "We need more help!" one of them shouted into a radio, looking around at the injured beachgoers. The paramedics started triaging, quickly realizing they were overwhelmed by the sheer number of people needing immediate attention. "We've called for backup," the lead paramedic announced, scanning the beach. "But it'll take some time." One paramedic stayed behind, determined to understand what had caused this disaster. He approached the black rocks cautiously, wearing gloves and a mask. "This isn't natural," he muttered, taking a sample. Anna's shoulder pain worsened with each passing minute. The burning sensation spread, making it hard for her to catch her breath. "It hurts so much," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. She tried to focus on Amon, who was still groaning in pain, but the agony in her shoulder was overwhelming. Desperate for relief, Anna stumbled toward the sea, clutching her shoulder. She waded into the water, hoping the salt water would help. The seawater brought Anna some relief. She could feel the stinging sensation ease slightly, enough for her to catch her breath. She looked back at the beach, seeing Aman still in agony. The seawater might be the key to helping him, but she needed a way to get it to him. Anna's eyes fell on a group of children playing with buckets nearby. They laughed, filling their buckets with water and building sandcastles. An idea sparked in her mind. With newfound determination, Anna rushed to the children. "I need those buckets," she muttered, steeling herself for what she had to do. "Hey, can I borrow these?" she asked, urgency clear in her voice. The children looked up, confused, but she didn't have time to explain. Anna grabbed the children's buckets, causing them to cry out in protest. "Hey, that's ours!" one of the kids yelled, tears welling up in their eyes. But Anna didn't have time to explain. "I'm sorry, I'll bring them back," she shouted over her shoulder as she ran. Anna sprinted to the sea, the buckets swinging wildly in her hands. She plunged the buckets into the sea, filling them as quickly as possible. The cool water splashed over her, but she didn't care. Come on," she muttered, urging herself to move faster. With the buckets full, she turned and raced back toward Aman. Anna hurried back to Aman, who was now lying on his belly, trying to avoid more contact with the black slime. Anna followed Aman to the hospital to provide support and ensure his well-being. She couldn't bear the thought of leaving him alone. Aman received antibiotics and pain relief for the severe pain he was experiencing. The doctors moved quickly, assessing his condition. "We're giving you something for the pain," a nurse said, injecting medication into his IV. Aman's tense body began to relax as the medicine took effect. The story of the strange rocks made it to the evening news, raising public concern. She glanced at Aman, hoping this attention would bring answers about what had happened and why. Anna returned home that evening, anxious about the rocks and worried about Aman's recovery. Her mind replayed the day's events over and over. What were those things? She whispered to herself, feeling a chill run down her spine. Anna went back to the hospital the next day to check on Aman's condition. Her heart raced as she navigated the sterile hallways. She found Aman sitting upright in bed, looking significantly better than before. "Anna!" He greeted her with a weak smile. Relief washed over her as she rushed to his side. "You look so much better," she said, her eyes scanning his face for signs of pain. Aman nodded, his expression calmer. "They've been taking good care of me," he replied, his voice steadying. Being together, even in the hospital, brought them a sense of comfort and solidarity. Around midday, a police officer arrived with updates about the beach incident. "Excuse me, Mr. Taylor, miss," he began, nodding at Anna. "We have some information about what happened at the beach." Anna and Aman listened intently as the officer spoke. She room felt charged with anticipation, each of them eager to understand the cause of their painful ordeal. "We've identified the source of the slime," he continued. The officer revealed that the strange rocks were actually black-spotted sea cucumbers. "Sea cucumbers?" Anna echoed, incredulously. "Yes, they're a type of marine animal," the officer explained. "They're harmless under normal circumstances, but they can release a toxic substance when threatened." Aman and Anna exchanged bewildered glances. The mysterious rocks were living creatures, something they never would have imagined. The officer continued to explain the nature of the sea cucumbers. The sea cucumbers had expelled toxic slime called holothurine as a defense mechanism. "The slime is meant to deter predators," the officer explained. "Unfortunately, it caused severe reactions when people came into contact with it." Anna nodded, the pieces of the puzzle starting to come together. "So that's what burned our skin," she murmured. The officer confirmed, adding that the substance was particularly irritating to human skin. The holothurine caused severe skin irritation and intense pain among those affected. "It's a potent toxin," the officer said. "Even a small amount can cause significant discomfort." Aman winced at the memory of the burning pain. "No wonder it hurt so much," he said. Anna felt a mix of relief and frustration. They finally knew what had caused their pain, but questions still lingered about how it all happened. Anna asked how so many sea cucumbers ended up on the beach, but the officer had no answer. "We're still investigating that," he admitted. It's unusual for them to wash up in such large numbers. Anna frowned, feeling the mystery deepen. So we still don't know why this happened? She pressed. The officer shook his head, looking just as baffled as she felt. Not yet, but we're working on it, he assured her. The police were as baffled as everyone else about the large presence of sea cucumbers. We've never seen anything like this before, the officer continued. Our marine experts are looking into it, but it might take some time. Anna sighed, her mind racing with unanswered questions. Eamon nodded slowly, still processing the information. So, we just wait? He asked. The officer nodded. For now, yes, we'll keep you updated. Biologists arrived to carefully remove the sea cucumbers from the beach. We need to handle these creatures with care, one biologist explained to the gathered crowd. They wore protective gear as they worked, gently placing the sea cucumbers into containers. Onlookers watched curiously, murmuring among themselves. Anna felt a sense of relief, knowing experts were handling the situation. At least they're in good hands, she thought, watching the careful removal. They sent the sea cucumbers to a suitable habitat to prevent further incidents. We're relocating them to an area where they won't cause harm, the lead biologist announced. The team worked efficiently, ensuring each sea cucumber was safely transported. Eamon and others affected by the holothurin made a full recovery in the hospital. You're healing well, the doctor told Eamon during a checkup. Anna felt a wave of relief. Thank goodness, she whispered, squeezing his hand. The hospital buzzed with news of patients recovering, bringing a sense of closure to the strange ordeal. The beach remained closed until it was deemed safe for the public. Signs and barriers blocked entry, and lifeguards patrolled to ensure no one crossed the line. The incident prompted further investigation into the sudden appearance of the sea cucumbers. Marine biologists and environmentalists worked together, scouring data and examining currents. Anna and Eamon followed the updates closely, eager to learn more about the mysterious event that had upended their peaceful day at the beach. Eamon and Anna's friendship grew stronger, bonded by the shared ordeal. They often talked about their experience, finding comfort in each other's company. We've been through a lot, Eamon remarked one evening. Yeah, and we've come out stronger, Anna agreed. They supported each other through the recovery, their bond deepening. Their shared memories of the beach incident became a testament to their resilience and unbreakable friendship. The beach returned to normal, but the memory of the incident lingered among the locals. Conversations often drifted to that fateful day, with people sharing their own experiences and theories. Anna and Eamon became somewhat local heroes, known for their bravery. It's something we'll never forget, Anna said, looking out at the waves. The beach held a special place in their hearts, a reminder of the strength found in friendship and community.